Insufficient gold.
The restless dead await. This better be good. What does the shadow will? This better be good. As the shadow wills. The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? For the Lich King. The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide you.
Your mana is
Intrigue you. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide you. Intrigue you. First, as the shadow will. This better be good. The restless dead await. Intrigue you. This better be good. None shall survive. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide you. As the shadow.
Hello there.
The restless dead await. Intrigue. What does the shadow do? Die. For the Lich King. This better be good. As the shadow wills. The restless dead await. Intrigue. What does the shadow do? This better be good. As the shadow wills. The restless dead await. For the Lich King. Tremble before the scourge. The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide.
your mana is depleted.
What does the shadow do? This better
Your
be
mana
good.
is depleted.
The restless dead await. As the shadow will. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide me. Intrigue. What does the shadow will? This better
Your
be
mana is depleted.
as the shadow will. Let the killing begin. Let the killing begin. What does the shadow will? Let darkness
Your
guide
mana
as the shadow will. This better be good. The restless dead wait. This better be good. Let darkness guide me. The restless dead await. This better be good. For the Lich King. The dead shall serve. This better be good. Let darkness guide me. In the truth. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King.
Your mana is depleted.
What does the shadow will?
Your mana is
The
depleted.
dead shall serve. In truth. As the shadow will. In truth. For the Lich King.
Your
This
mana.
better.
Your
What
mana.
does the shadow will?
Our warriors have
The
engaged.
restless dead await. In truth.
Your mana.
For the Lich King. The dead
Your
shall
mana
serve.
is depleted.
The restless dead await. Let the killing begin. This better be good.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The dead
Your
shall
mana.
serve.
What you want?
Your
The
mana
restless
is
dead await. What does
Your
the shadow
mana is
will?
depleted.
This better
Your
be
mana
good.
is depleted.
As the shadow will. In truth. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide.
Your
What
mana
does the shadow will? As the shadow will. In truth. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide. In truth. The dead shall serve.
insufficient.
The restless dead await. Let darkness guide. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide me. This better be true. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me. This better be. What does the shadow will? As the shadow wills. The restless dead await. The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will? For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. The dead shall serve. The restless dead await. As the shadow wills. What does the shadow will? Intrigue. As the shadow will. The restless dead await. This better be good. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await.
Your mana is
The
depleted.
dead
An
shall
allied
serve.
champion has fallen.
As the shadow will. The restless dead await. They'll all be mine in the end.
Your mana is depleted.
For the Lich King.
Your
This
mana is
better be
depleted.
good. The dead shall serve. The restless
Your
dead
mana is
await. What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me. This
An allied champion has fallen.
What does the shadow will? This better be good. The dead shall serve. This better be good. None shall survive. The dead shall serve. For the Lich King.
An allied champion has fallen.
Greed. The restless dead await.
Your mana is
For the
Your
Lich
mana
King. Intrigue. What does the shadow will? This
Your
better
mana
be good. The restless dead await. What does the shadow will? The restless dead.
Your
What
mana
does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me.
Your
The
mana
restless dead wait. The dead shall serve. The restless
Your
dead
man.
await. The dead
Your
shall
man.
serve. The restless dead await.
Your
This
mana is
better be
depleted.
good. For the Lich King.
An allied champion has fallen.
Let darkness guide me. Tremble before the scourge.
Your
What
mana
does the shadow will? As the shadow wills. Intrigue.
Your mana.
This better be.
Your mana.
As the shadow wills. For the Lich King.
Your
What
mana.
does the shadow will? This
Your
better
mana is depleted. I'm trying to think. Our
here.
warriors have
darkness
engaged.
guide. The dead shall
Your
serve.
mana is depleted.
For the Lich King. This better
Your
be.
mana is depleted.
Let darkness guide me. The dead shall serve. What does the shadow do? Intrigue. Die.
Our warriors have
Let
engaged. Your
darkness
mana.
guide me. Intrigue. As the shadow, the dead shall serve. Let darkness guide me. This better be good.
Insufficient gold.
The restless dead wait. This better be
Your
good. The
mana
dead
is
shall serve. This better be good. Intrigue.
Your mana. Our
As the
warriors
shadow
have engaged. Your
wills.
mana is
What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? The dead
Your
shall
man.
serve. What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me.
Your
For the
mana is
Lich King. Let darkness guide me. The dead shall serve. As the shadow will. What does the shadow will? This better be good. True. They'll all be mine in the end. The dead shall serve.
Your man.
This better be good. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will? This better be good. What does the shadow
Your mana
will?
is depleted.
For the Lich King. The dead
Your
shall
mana is
serve.
depleted.
Our warriors
Let
have
darkness
engaged.
guide me.
Your man is depleted.
True. For the Lich King. As the shadow will. For the Lich King. What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the shadow. This better be good. The restless dead await. As the shadow will.
Your man is
This better be good. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will?
Your man.
For the Lich King.
Your man is depleted.
Let darkness guide me. In truth. For the Lich King.
Your man.
This better be good. What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me.
Your
The
man.
restless dead await. This better be good. The restless dead await. This better be
Your
good.
man.
The dead shall serve. As the shadow will. They'll all be mine. For the
Your
Lich
man
King.
is
The restless dead await.
Your man
This better be good. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me. Intriguing. For the Lich King. This better be good. As the shadow will. What does the shadow will? This better be good. The dead shall serve. Intrigue. Let darkness guide me. Double kill.
An allied champion.
Our
has
champion
fallen. has fallen.
does the shadow. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills, the restless dead await. True. For the Lich King. Tremble before the scourge. They'll all be mine.
Allied champion has fallen.
Die. As the shadow wills.
Allied champion has fallen.
What does the shadow do? For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. shall serve, as the shadow wills.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The restless dead await. This battle, the dead shall serve. This battle. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will?
That's good.
Let darkness guide me. This better be good. The dead shall serve. This better be good. What does the shadow will? Intrigue. The restless dead await as the shadow wills. Intrigue. They'll all be mine.
Your man
As the shadow will. For the Lich King, let darkness guide me. This better be good. What does the
An
shadow
allied champion has fallen.
The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? The restless
Your
dead
man.
await. As the shadow
Your man
wills.
is depleted.
What does the shadow will? For the Lich King, as the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. The restless dead await. What does the shadow will? Intrigue. Let darkness. As the shadow will. This better be good. For the Lich King. The dead shall serve. As the shadow wills. The restless dead await. Intriguing. The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide me. The restless dead await. The dead shall serve. As the shadow wills. What does the shadow will?
Your
The
man
restless dead await. For the this better
Your
be
man
good. As the shadow
An
wills.
allied champion has fallen.
For the Lich King. Let
Your
darkness guide me. As the
An allied
shadow
champion
wills.
has fallen.
The restless
Your
dead
man.
await. Intriguing. For the Lich King.
Your
This
man
better. Intriguing. For the
Your man
Lich
is
King. Intriguing. The restless dead await. What does the shadow will?
Your
The
man
dead shall serve. This better be good. The dead shall serve. The restless dead await. This What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. This better be good. The restless dead await.
Our warriors
The dead shall serve. As the shadow will. Intrigue. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. This better.
What's the plan?
What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. Or the Lich King. Intrigue. As the shadow will. Or the Lich King. This better be good. Intrigue. The restless dead await. The dead shall shadow will.
Who'd you wanna kill?
This better be
Let me do what you want.
right enough. The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow will. They'll all be mine. As the shadow will. For the Lich King.
Our warriors have
Darkness guide me. For the Lich King.
an allied champion
For the
spawned.
Lich King. The restless dead await.
Who'd you wanna kill?
What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. True. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will? As the shadow wills. True. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. The dead shall serve. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the shadow What does the shadow do? The restless dead await. The dead shall serve.
Our warriors have engaged.
What does the shadow do?
Who'd you wanna kill?
This better be. The dead shall serve.
Our warriors have engaged.
What does the
in-
shadow will? The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will?
Insufficient gold.
The restless dead await. What does the shadow will? For the Lich King. This better be. The dead shall serve. This better be. Tremble before the scourge. As the shadow will. The dead shall serve. This better be. Intrigue. For the Lich
Our
King.
warriors have engaged.
As the shadow will. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me. As the shadow will. This better be. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me.
An allied champion spawned. An allied champion spawned.
For the Lich King. This better be. Darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow will. For the Lich King. Die. They'll all be mine in the end. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? This better. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. None shall survive. This better. For the Lich King. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide. The dead shall serve. This better. The dead shall serve. The restless dead await. This better be. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. Shadow will. This better be. Dead shall serve. For the Lich King. As the shadow will.
An allied champion has fallen.
This better be good. Intrigue. What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me. This better be good. The restless dead await. For the Lich
Your
King.
mouth.
Let darkness guide me. This better
Your man. An allied champion has fallen.
For the Lich King.
An
Intrigue.
allied champion has fallen.
The dead shall serve. This better be good. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide. The dead shall serve. As the shadow will.
Your man.
Let darkness guide. For the Lich King. As the shadow will. For the Lich King. For the Lich King. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide. What does the shadow will? This better. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will? Intrigue. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow shows our way.
Your secret help?
The restless dead await.
Right away.
This better. Let darkness guide me. Intrigue. What does the shadow will? For the Lich King. This better be good. As the shadow will. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. For the Lich King. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. Intrigue. Let darkness guide. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide. For the Lich King. This better. Intrigue. Let darkness guide. For the Lich King. Your secret the dead shall serve. This double kill. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. What does the shadow will? This better.
Your secret help?
What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. This better be good. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. Tremble before the scourge. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. Intriguing. The restless dead await. What does the shadow will? As the shadow will. This better.
An allied champion has fallen.
Lich King. Let darkness guide. The dead shall serve. As the shadow will.
Allied champion has
For
fallen.
the
Your
Lich
man.
King. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide.
I serve,
or the Lich King? Intriguing. Let darkness guide. Intriguing. Or the Lich King? What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. The dead shall serve as the shadow. The restless dead await.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide me as the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. Or the Lich King. Die. Let darkness guide me. What does the shadow will? Or the Lich King? This battle. The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide me as the shadow wills. Or the Lich King.